Okay, guys, lesson 2, right? Creating standards through KPIs, right? Just the mere fact when you go in and you begin to talk to your organization. Remember, normally when you go to implement KPIs, people are going to be uncomfortable, right? What's important is you communicate it to the team and you communicate it in a way that they realize that, hey, this is how we're going to achieve our goals. This is how we're going to identify missed opportunity. And here's another thing that's going to be able to do. What if you as a leader, or whatever your role may be, and we're all leaders in some capacity or another, but what if you have been really, really, really focusing on something that just that's already optimized, right? And you saw the data and you knew the benchmarks against other industries and you knew you were far exceeding it, but yet there was some really low hanging fruit over here that actually was more profitable that you were doing the worst at, right? And if you just took that same amount of energy from here, which is already almost automated, and you moved it over to here, what would happen? Boom, there's a lift, right? I'll give you a real simple example, right? For any of those of you that are in sales, this is a really, really good example. What if you went in and you were looking at your KPIs and you said, whatever, Johnny, Tina, Sarah, they do X, Y, Z, right? And these are their revenues. One does 100 grand, one does 80 grand, and one does 60 grand a month, right? And then you found out that your highest volume day was on a Wednesday, right? And you had your $60,000 a month producer working on your highest volume day. What if you could just simply take and put your $100,000 producer and change their days off? What if you could do that? And all of a sudden your $100,000 producer started doing 150. Do you think your team would be happier? Do you think your financial statement would be healthier? See, that's how you identify. That's a simple example of something that you can benchmark or trend. What are your highest volume days and who's your staff working there? Just some food for thought. You can take this thing wherever you want to take it, but this is absolutely something worth considering because there's a couple different things to business, right? There's things that we work really hard for and there's skills we learn and develop on, but then there's things where we can just be smart, right? We can just be aware and we don't even have to be smart. We can just move the needle. We can slide this over here and slide that over here. What I'm trying to do is just take your focus, take the amazing talent in your organization, all the people that you have, and take your best people and put them to work on the highest value activities. Does that sound like something you're interested in? So let's go ahead and look at it. So KPIs are crucial for setting performance standards. I think we kind of brushed on that. What are your standards for performance? Are they clearly communicated, right? This is perhaps one of the biggest things that I've learned as an entrepreneur. You're like, for years, I had my fair share of years, we'd bring people in and they were good or they were bad and we'd do an assessment on them. And what was the assessment, right? And what I learned over the years as a leader was, as I began to look at the data and look at the KPIs, the conversations began to change. Define performance expectations, right? What are the targets that people need to hit? We talked about that. And listen, if people don't know what they're supposed to do, they're not going to do it. You'd be surprised what people can hit if you just communicate it to them. Establish benchmarks and targets. You can benchmark against previous months, weeks, years. You can benchmark against others. Listen, creating benchmarks. Benchmarks are really simple, okay? You can benchmark against anything you want. First and foremost, if you're part of an industry or a trade association or any other KPIs, people within your industry, or if you have multiple locations and you want to trend against other locations, or benchmark against other locations, that's always good to do as well. And simply, sometimes you can just benchmark against the previous year, previous quarter, previous week, previous month, right? So have something that pulls you forward. What I like to do is I like to find a number that identify that lost opportunity, and then I like to communicate it in a way that everybody sees it as obtainable, and then go in there and do it. That's what I do with benchmarks. Do you participate in masterminds, workshops, or any other key industry associations? Do you have a coach or a mentor, right? So this is great framework because what's going to happen is if you have a coach or mentor and you implement KPIs and you implement, you have your trend boards, you have all the things in there, you have your trend boards, you have your daily KPI tracker. That way, when you come in and the mentor or coach begins to ask you questions, right, you have the answer. Why would you want to have a mentor or coach and spend time with definitions with them, right? If you go ahead and you deploy capital, you make the very wise investment in a coach or a mentor, and they come into your business or you invite them into your business and you're sharing it with them, the faster that you can communicate the financial data, because the numbers tell a story. Remember, the only people that this numbers don't tell a story to are the amateur entrepreneur. Sure, there's some nuances in there, but most experienced entrepreneurs can tell the type of teams that you have just by looking at your numbers. And that's what a good coach or mentor will do for you if they go in there and you can clearly communicate this. So make yourself, the way to get the most out of a coach or mentor is to make sure that you're showing up as a great student. So let's go ahead and get through there. So the idea of benchmarks is to identify missed opportunity and have your team doing high value activities, right? It's one of the biggest things that we need to look for. I mean, we got to admit, as leaders and when we're in business, our greatest asset is our people, okay? And our job as leaders is fundamentally always the same. Our job is to make the job as easy as possible on the people while demanding the absolute most from them, and at the same point in time, let them get reward from their activities, right? If you have somebody do something 3, 5, 10, 50, 100 times, and there's no reward in it, right? They ultimately get demotivated, right? And then therefore you lose the greatest asset that you have with people is their engagement, right? What are they doing? How are they showing up for you, right? And the thing is, leaders, a lot of times people don't show up the way that we want them to show up. But let me tell you this, the reason why they don't is because us as leaders, we're not putting our best foot forward. So imagine right now you're using KPIs and trends and you're becoming a better leader. Why? Because you're going in there and you're getting your people working on high valued activities. So when they come to work every day, they're doing the most important work and they're bringing in the most money for the company and they're making the greatest impact so A, you can be proud of them. B, they can be proud of themselves. And C, they can go home to their families proud, right? Nobody wants to leave their work all day and go home to their family a failure, right? And at the same point in time, in the competitive job market that we're in today, believe me, people aren't going to stay for money. What they're going to stay for is great leaders that demand performance out of them that allow them to perform, right, at a higher level. So if they see a leader come in doing high value activities and they see that the leader cares about the work that they're doing and the leadership team in the company and or boss is communicating those messages to them, let me tell you something. Those will be your lifers. Those will be the people that won't be able to be pulled out from underneath you, okay? We can always ask for more from our people, but benchmarks stop us from asking for too much, right? One of the things I learned over the years is, you can go in and you can actually ask too much of your people, right? Because if I'm demanding a number that's almost nobody else in the industry is doing, right? And I'm going to do that, and so should you. But you can demand 200%. But if you're demanding 2,000%, maybe you could just take a few hundred of that percent and put it over somewhere else, right? So sometimes you can break good people by demanding too much from them, right? So there's a lot of different ways to look at this. So as I'm going through here, like I told you in the beginning, listen, I'm not a textbook case guy. But what I am giving you is I'm going ahead and I'm trying to tap into you, your brain, your experience, everything you have great to offer, and I'm giving you the information to stimulate thought. Let's keep going. Accountability and job descriptions. Incorporating KPIs into our job descriptions. Do you have KPIs in your job descriptions? Clarifying roles and responsibilities from the start. Holding employees accountable for results, right? If you want to get a boost in productivity, in your organization, do you think maybe when you're interviewing people and you're telling them what you would expect from them, that you're going to get rid of some of that resistance, that when they get in there and they may not want to do it? If you're very clear about what you want and what you expect and the type of culture that you have within the company, when they get there, it just keeps going on and on and on from there. So you should start out with your job descriptions talking about X many phone calls, X many follow-ups, X many whatever the case may be, right? There should be some numbers attached to there, because why? Let's say you get somebody that's an absolute rock star that comes in, right? When they leave work and maybe they haven't achieved it yet, they're like, well, what are you doing? They're like, well, I hit all my KPIs. I did everything. You're like, okay, no problem. So then here's another thing. Let me go ahead and give you another thing. If you go in and you have somebody and you're looking at your trend boards and you're looking at your daily KPI trackers and somebody's hitting all their KPIs, but the result's not there, what does that tell you? that tells you that A, if whatever they're doing, if they're hitting them, they're not doing them very well. Or B, are they really doing them, right? So let's dive into that. Do they need some additional coaching or training, right? Is there some additional coaching and training? Do you have the correct curriculum within your organization to train your people properly? Let's look at the second piece of that, okay? Great. You got a new hire, you got a tenured employee, they come in, you're looking at their KPIs, they're hitting all of them. They're making all their phone calls, they're following up with all their customers, they're getting the customer service handled, whatever the case may be. They're handling their social media, whatever the case may be, but they're doing all the things that are required, but the result isn't there, okay? What do you do when the result's not there? It's very simple, right? You got to ask yourself the question, do they need additional coaching or training, right? Because if they've been doing everything that you've asked them to do and the results aren't there, that means they're not very good at it. And as leaders, we got to come in and we got to put them to the test, right? Because if we have somebody that's really doing the stuff, the least we can do as a leader is go work shoulder to shoulder with them and coach and train them. I think we would all agree that great leaders help people who work hard, correct? I think we all can agree on that. So the second thing that we do is when we're going in there and we identify that, the other thing is your leadership team actually managing the activities that drive outcomes, right? So I've seen people use KPIs at the highest level, and the name of the game is not to have KPIs and to not use trend boards. The name of the game is to use these numbers to buy you time, right? To build your organization. You don't do them ceremonially, right? You're going in every single day when you're looking, day or week when you're looking at these numbers. This is that little period of time where you're taking everybody in the business and they're actually working on the business instead of in the business, right? And that way you're coaching a leadership team for down the road that when they came in, boom, you got a new hire day one, $1. Now all of a sudden, 5 years from now, you got it baked into your culture to have amazing leaders. Does that make sense to everybody? So, and then holding people accountable for results, right? Let's talk about holding people accountable for results. If people come in and they have the KPIs, and these are the activities that drive outcomes, the outcomes can also be a KPI as well, right? So that way, if they know, listen, whatever your current targets are in your business, I can assure you that your team's hitting them, or at least striving to. So if you have no clear targets on whatever products you sell, goods, services, whatever the case may be, I can assure you that you don't have a team that's working towards those goals. And when you look at your financial statement, check this one out. I would be willing to bet that your in human capital is going to be towards one of your top 5 line items on your financial statement of expense. So if you take your most expensive, one of your top 5 line items on your statement, and then you're not giving them clear standards and you think you're achieving, and listen, you may be doing really well. You could be in an emerging industry right now that the profits are just unheard of. So you think you're doing well. But the question is, how much better could you be doing, right? So let's keep going.